Now, I know I did a short recent, well, maybe not so recently, about how we could have King Caesar in the monsterverse, but I'm going to break it down a little bit in more detail. All right, so first off, with the monsterverse, up until Godzilla versus Kong, it was mostly grounded. I mean, other than, King Ghidorah being a space monster. But with Godzilla versus Kong, it started to get a little bit more goofy. Well, here's the idea. All right. You have some archaeologist, whether it's in the hollow earth or this is somewhere that could be on the surface, with the ancient peoples, um, you know, some ancient city that's been forgotten to time. And this person, you know, I personally think it'd be better if it was a male, a man who finds it because of how this would work. But could be a woman. But here's the thing: King Caesar is buried, and they find him, and they go up to King Caesar, and they actually can go inside of his head, like through his ear or something. And inside the head is a gigantic crystal, much, let's say it's at least human size or twice the size of a human, that's just inside the skull or head of King Caesar. The moment that the archaeologist touches it, they're sucked into the crystal. And then the best way to describe this is if you have seen G Gundam, it's when they suit up to pilot the Gundams, they literally are inside this space where every move they make is moved by the Gundam. Um, and that's what this would be. They would become King Caesar himself, and every move that they make inside this crystal would be what the, giant golem does. Because here's the thing about King Caesar: he is a giant stone golem, and he's a protector. He's based off the Shisha, which I believe that in the Japanese he is called King Shisha. And with that, that's why he's been translated to King Caesar, because us Western plebs don't know how to, blah, blah, blah. But, anyways, he's a guardian being, looks kind of like a lion, made out of stone, and he's a giant golem. He could literally be like a mech suit. And the reason they could do this is they've already established, using King Ghidorah's skull, that it could literally pilot Mechagodzilla. It took over, and it was just a skull. So why couldn't a psychic link be used in something from the Hollow Earth, or from the ancient peoples? Now I know that he's not going to show up in Godzilla and Kong versus Lanky Kong and uh, Shamu. The what apparently his name or her name, some monster that Lanky Kong has, is called Shamu or Shimu or ShamWow. I don't know, but King Caesar could show up in a following up movie if they get the rights, and I think that's how they could do it. You make it basically a giant mech, and it'd be great. But we'll have to wait and see. I know that they want to probably stay away from using too many of the Toho monsters, and but then again, maybe if the MonsterVerse doesn't do it, with Toho itself deciding to make another Godzilla movie, hey, there's an idea. Bring back one of my favorite monsters.